We had, I think we in the previous class we completed till true or false. We've completed match the following and also fill in the blanks. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all these answers, even if you write it in your textbook, that I'm fine with it. But from this particular question, that is question E, where you have to answer in 1 or 2 sentences and then answer the questions in briefly. I want you all to write this in your history notebooks, classwork books. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So the first question is, why did Rani of Jhansi became a strong enemy of the British? Why did she become the enemy for the Britishers? What did they do to her? Who will tell me?
Ma'am, after the annexation of the states of Satara, Nagpur and Jhansi.
Okay.
The
Okay.
doctrine of
By
lapse
the doctrine
By
of
doctrine of
Okay.
lapse.
transformed the courageous Rani of Jhansi into staunch enemy of the British.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So because of that, she became an enemy. Why? They annexed. Why did they annex Jhansi? On what basis?
Doctrine of lapse.
On the
On
basis
doctrine
of
of
doctrine
lapse.
of lapse. And you know what is involved in doctrine of lapse? We have
Yes, ma'am.
repeated it so many times in
Yes,
class.
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am.
And we have repeated it. I hope
Yes, ma'am.
everybody is by hearted
yes.
now. Doctrine of lapse. What is included in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on to the next question.
Yes.
Okay,
ma'am.
if you want to repeat, yes, Vivan, quickly give the answer. What is it?
In the doctrine of lapse, ma'am, if the ruler does not he would not
You are not audible, Vita.
and hence
Can
now am I audible?
Priyanshu give the answer?
Yes, ma'am. The Britishers had applied the doctrine of lapse on the states of Satara, Jhansi, and Nagpur, and annexed them. So this made the courageous Rani of Jhansi into the staunch enemy of the British.
Correct, correct. See, you do not have to explain doctrine of lapse in this particular question because it's just 1 or 2 words a sentence. I am just asking you for your understanding. All right?
Okay.
Got it, everyone? You just have to answer in 1 or 2 sentences. Now, next is, why did Nana Sahib first fight against the British during the revolt of 1857? Why
Ma'am,
was
may I
Nana
answer?
Sahib disappointed with the Britishers? Yes, Ananya?
Ma'am, no, Vivan.
Ma'am, Nana Sahib, the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II, bracket pensioner of the British, was denied a pension after his father's death. Thus, he became one of the leaders of the revolt.
Okay, okay. That's the reason he fought against the Britishers during the revolt of 1857. Include this as your concluding line, Ananya. Got it?
Ma'am, what is the concluding line?
Concluding line, you have to take it from the question itself. What is the question? Why did Nana Sahib fight against the British during the revolt of 1857? So after giving those points,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, why was Nana Sahib disappointed? Concluded with a sentence from the question itself. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's go on to the next question. Why did the zamindars and talukdars became sworn enemies of the British?
May I answer?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Ria.
Yes, sir. When Awadh was annexed, the states of the Zamindars and Talukdars were confiscated by the British. Thus, they became sworn enemies of the British rule.
Okay, good. So she had answered the question very well. Very nice. Next is, what happened to the Nawab's army when Awadh was annexed?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Yes, Vivan.
Ma'am, ma'am, when the Nawab's army was annexed, ma'am, after the annexation of Awadh, ma'am, the Nawab's army was disbanded. Ma'am, the soldiers lost their means of livelihood and their bitterness against the British increased.
Okay. See, this is not there in the question, but I just wanted to know why was how was Awadh annexed on what basis?
Ma'am,
May I answer?
maladministration.
Maladministration.
Correct. On the basis of maladministration. Good. Very good. Okay. When and where did revolt of 1857 begin? When and then where? Yes, Raj.
Ma'am, the revolt of 1857 began in 1857 due to a rumor that spread in the Dum Dum cantonment in Kolkata.
Okay. So now here when they are asking you when, they are asking you exact date. The date is given in your textbook.
Ma'am,
January
January
1857.
Yes, you just don't have to tell 1857. Okay, give the exact date which is given in your text.
Ma'am, do we
Right,
have to
Raj?
write that
Yes.
also? 100 years.
Because if
after
you
the
just write, they are asking you when the revolt of 1857 began. You are answering it began in 1857. Got it? So it seems that it is only from the question. Okay. Next is mention any two main centers of revolt. Which were the two
Ma'am,
main
yes.
centers of revolt?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, yeah.
ma'am. The two main centers of the revolt were Kanpur and Lucknow.
Okay. Vivan, you want to say anything else or you want to add anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Next is what step was taken by the British to reorganize the army after the revolt? So what did the Britishers do
Ma'am,
to reorganize the army?
May I answer?
Ma'am, may I tell?
Okay, go ahead, Vivan.
Ma'am, Vivan. The army, ma'am, wait. Ma'am, the step taken by the British to reorganize the army after the revolt was, ma'am, they strengthened the army. The number of British soldiers were increased and the artillery placed exclusive under their
Under?
ma'am, under their control, ma'am, Britishers' control.
Okay, okay. I hope he was audible to the others. He was not audible to me.
And he was audible.
Ma'am,
Okay, fine. Okay, mention any two important results of revolt. There are so many results. Give any
Ma'am,
two
ma'am, may I answer?
quickly. No, this is very easy. I want someone else also to answer.
Ma'am, may I?
Wait, let me see. Any other child? Yes, Raj, go ahead.
The results of the revolt are: first, the rule of the East India Company came to an end. Second, after the East India Company was abolished, the India now came under the rule of the British Parliament and Queen Victoria.
Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Why is Shreyas so quiet today? Why is he not answering? Shreyas, come on, I want you also to participate. Next, I hope everybody got the answers of these questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we go on to the next question? Question F.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you have to answer the questions based upon the following sentences which is given to you all. Okay. In context to revolt of 1857, answer the following questions. Number one, mention any three political causes of the revolt. Okay. See, they have told you to mention. That doesn't mean you will just give one word. You have to give explanation also to it. Who will give me any three political
Ma'am,
causes?
Ma'am, ma'am,
Wait.
Ma'am, Vivan.
Yes, Shreyas. Shreyas, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, any three political causes?
Yes.
I think you have connectivity issue. You can turn off your video. You're not audible.
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yeah, you turn off your video. Yes, now you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the three main political causes of revolt of 1857 are as follows. First, Dalhousie annexed the states of Satara, Nagpur, and Jhansi by applying the doctrine of lapse.
Very good.
Second, Bahadur Shah Zafar, the Mughal emperor who lived in Delhi as a pensioner of the British, Dalhousie announced that as a successor.
Okay. I think he got disconnected. Okay, Raj, can you continue? The third one.
Yes, ma'am. Bahadur Shah Zafar, the Mughal emperor, lived in Delhi as a pensioner of the British, and he was then Dalhousie announced that Bahadur Shah Zafar's successor would not be allowed to stay in the Red Fort, and he would have to move to a place near the Qutub Minar in the outskirts of Delhi.
Right, and therefore most of the followers of Bahadur Shah Zafar, they were disappointed because of this, right, with the Britishers.
It hurt their sentiments.
Yes. This is the third political cause. Very good. Now, any three economic factors with that led to the outbreak of the Great Revolt of 1857. Economic, who will give me economic? Tansa, will you give me economic? Any three economic factors?
Any three economic factors that led to the outbreak of the Great Revolt? That they would as in discriminate between the Indians and the British. They would underpay the Indian soldiers.
Right.
Then, ma'am, it was also then they mainly underpaid them, and there was a land revenue system. So
Correct.
they were exploited by all the money lenders.
Right.
And then there were also the landlords. They were very as in rude to them.
Right.
And the jaggirs were confiscated by, I think, Dalhousie and someone else. Then
Who will help her out for the last
Ma'am
point?
Bentnick.
William
Bentnick, ma'am. William Bentnick.
Yes.
William Bentnick. Then the interests of the Indian economy was sacrificed for the interests of British of the British.
Very good, very good, very good, Tansa.
And there was
Vivan, can you repeat the same answer, please, loudly?
Ma'am, I was unable to hear, ma'am. I was only
Who will give the answer to this question? Three economic factors, loudly. Yes, here.
So, ma'am, the interests of the Indian economy were sacrificed for the interests of British trade and industry, and this led to the utter collapse of traditional handicraft industries.
Right. Next.
Yes, the land revenue system introduced by the British caused great hardship and misery among the peasants. And under the zamindari system, the peasants were oppressed by zamindars and exploited by the moneylenders.
Right.
They were often flogged and tortured or jailed, and the impoverishment of the peasantry led to numerous famines. Landlords also suffered from a sense of insecurity. Thousands of jagirs were confiscated by Benton and Dalhousie when they were unable to produce written title deeds of ownership.
Okay, okay, good, good, very good. So I hope everybody got the answer, but now I would just like to add one thing over here. You have the entire paragraph given in your textbook, right? So now you have to select what all things you are going to pick write it down in your answer, which is directly related to the question. They are just asking you economic factors, only include economic factors. Okay, don't give extra information. All right, stick to the question. That's what I meant to say. Okay, got it, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you all understood question 3? The question
Yes,
2? Let's do question 3. Explain briefly any 4 social and religious causes.
Ma'am, may I explain?
Yes.
The social and religious causes are as follows. Social reforms such as for social reforms were abolished, such as sati, female infanticide, and widow remarriage act. Widow remarriage act was introduced, and women's education was also introduced. This caused a resentment among the Indians. Second point, the efforts of the missionaries to convert people to Christianity caused great resentment among the Indian people.
Right.
Third point, the introduction of determined
Turn off your
the
video.
positions of
Turn your video off.
Okay.
You're not audible.
The introduction. Ma'am, now am I audible?
Yeah.
The introduction of the Western education undermined the position and importance of the Pandits and Maulvis,
Right.
and was seen as an attack. Fourth point, the British judicial system introduced the principle of equality. This was regarded as a threat to the existing caste norms and privileges of the upper classes.
Correct, correct. Very good, very good. So children, over here in this, just remember, whether you all are writing political causes, whether you all are writing economic cause, social or religious cause, you have to give the cause, and you also have to mention which section of Indian society was disappointed because of that particular cause. Okay, so as if you see now the last point, how he gave each point, and with each point he also mentioned that this particular section of Indian society was disturbed or disappointed with the Britishers for so and so reasons. Similarly, you will add for political and economic factors. You remember I did that while doing the explanation. When I was explaining to you all about political causes and economic factors, I remember. Do you remember I was telling you all, see, in economic factors, this because of this, so and so people were disappointed. They felt bad with the Britishers. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So similarly, you all are going to include that in your answers.
Ma'am,
Got it,
may I
everyone?
add one